It's like royalty.
Well, very funny.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the moments, scenes, and quotes that gave us a royal laugh.
I hope that wasn't too emotional for you all.
Number 10, family photo. You know that picture-perfect family portrait hanging proudly in your home? Does it evoke a warm, fuzzy feeling of adoration for your relatives?
And towards me, everyone, and this is wonderful, and...
Or does it trigger memories of the absolute struggle of getting everyone into position, keeping them focused, and doing it all before some kiddo throws a fit?
Can we at least have some element of focus?
It's been reported that this moment might have been inspired by true events. Apparently, during the 75th commemoration of the Battle of Britain, an exasperated Prince Philip may have bluntly ordered the photographer to just take the, enter expletive here, picture. Chances are you're either amused by the royal chaos or the relatable struggle. Either way, it's regal hilarity.
Christ's sake! Take the photo.
Number 9. The family watches their documentary. In an attempt to appear more relatable, the royal family allows cameras into their home to document their day-to-day lives.
Like one of those wildlife films.
Oh, I like this.
Yes, except this time, we are the endangered species.
As they gather to watch the footage, it's a bit like watching old home videos with your family. Someone will complain about how they look, someone else will say, "Do I really sound like that?" And someone else will ask, "Why on earth did you film me doing that?" Princess Anne hilariously questions the filming choices in her blunt style.
I wonder what's more dull. Having to sit through one of those meetings or having to watch it on television.
Meanwhile, Princess Margaret adds her own snappy commentary too.
You captured your best side, at least.
Shush.
Oh, look, Mummy. It's your big close-up.
I'm ready, Mr. DeMille.
While the documentary may not have been a smash, the amusement of the family watching it definitely hit a funny note. Number 8. Churchill makes an entrance. Everyone has that one person you have to invite to family occasions, but you can almost guarantee they'll make a scene.
Come along, Winston.
Now.
Perhaps they'll make a show of turning up fashionably late. They've probably devised some elaborate eye-grabbing plan for their grand entrance.
Has Winston no shame? It's a royal wedding, not a campaign trail.
It's outrageous. But you have to admire him.
Chances are that at some point, they'll make loud remarks that leave everyone wide-eyed and wondering why they keep getting invited.
You know why his three sisters aren't here? And they're all married to Nazis. Prominent Nazis.
Luckily, they're not likely to be the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, so at least it's not a national embarrassment, even if it feels that way. The icing on the wedding cake is when a choir boy turns to tell Churchill to pipe down. Number 7. A royal burn. Nobody masters the art of delivering a loving yet cutting remark quite like a mother, and as it turns out, Queen mothers are no exception. When the young queen worries that she looks old, her mom reassures her that that's not the case.
So, finish your family, let the first one go to school, and then let's talk about being middle-aged.
Well, that won't be middle-aged, that'll be ancient.
However, that doesn't stop her from sneakily throwing in a playful jab while the pair watch the Kennedys on television. The Queen Mother casually comments on how youthful Jackie Kennedy looks compared to her daughter, despite both being the same age.
She's so young, I always thought she was the same age as you.
She is.
It's funny, brutal, and a classic mom move. Giving with one hand while taking away with the other. But hey, we love them anyway.
Oh, she is pretty, isn't she?
Yes.
Number 6. A Wishless Dean. If anyone understands the importance of captivating a crowd, it's the Queen. In this episode, however, she finds herself enduring a tedious sermon led by Robin Woods, Dean of Windsor.
See? It's not a sermon, it's a general anesthetic.
While exiting the church, she diplomatically suggests it might be time for a change. Her private secretary, Michael Ledeen, is less subtle.
Is it possible, do you think, the Dean might have reached, how can I put this kindly, the moment of his own obsolescence? I noticed one or two people struggling to stay awake.
It appears that he may have been daydreaming about his ideal replacement while the Dean was droning on. The Queen stops him short while clarifying that he's made his thoughts loud and clear. Turns out that hiding behind that signature stiff upper lip is a tongue with plenty of sting, and we're most certainly amused.
We could discreetly start the search for a replacement.
Could we? Someone with a bit of oomph. I think so.
Zest.
That's it.
Pep.
Yes, thank you.
Vim.
Thank you.
Number 5. A Fish Out of Balmore. As is customary, the Queen invites new Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher to join the family at their home in Scotland. The Iron Lady is so out of her element, and we get some good laughs from it.
Dinner is black tie, ergo drinks a black tie.
I couldn't help noticing, ma'am, you didn't bring any outdoor shoes.
That's right. What a strange thing to say.
Whether it's tea attire blunders or stumbling through dinner conversation, Thatcher is comically out of her depth. Her confusion during the family's post-dinner parlor games only adds to the humor.
Calling number 10. Ibble dibble with 6 dibble ibbles.
But the height of hilarity comes when the Queen invites the Prime Minister on a stalking expedition and offers a witty lesson in the do's and don'ts of the sport. Maybe Thatcher fails the Balmoral test, but she succeeds in keeping us entertained.
It means the stag can see you. Or wear scent. It means he can smell you. Ooh! Now he can hear you, too.
Number 4. Playing favorites. It's an unwritten rule that parents shouldn't have favorite children. However, according to the Crown's Margaret Thatcher and Prince Philip, that's not always the case.
Who would do that? Openly admit preferring one child to another, especially twins.
Any honest parent.
What?
Any honest parent would admit to having a favourite.
This revelation surprises the Queen, but Philip assures her she's no different. He then reveals his favorite at a comically shocking speed and playfully teases the Queen, letting her in on the secret that she has a favorite too, but refusing to spill the beans on who it is.
All right, you first. Who's yours?
Anne.
You said that alarmingly quickly.
Well, because it didn't require thought.
Philip.
And your favourite is...
I don't know.
Liar.
So, the Queen dons her detective's tiara and decides to investigate with each of her 4 kids. She asks her private secretary to gather intel first, but we guess that's just parenting with a royal twist.
Martin, perhaps a short briefing document ahead of each meeting, focusing on each child's hobbies, interests, and so forth.
Right.
One would hate to appear uninformed.
Number 3. What good's a buzzer in a power outage? In this episode, Britain experiences nationwide blackouts due to failed negotiations between the government and coal union leaders. In a surprisingly powerful moment, the typically stoic Queen confronts Prime Minister Edward Heath over his government's failures.
That does not explain the blackouts. I distinctly remember you assuring me that the government had stockpiled enough coal to weather any storm, and yet here we are.
She presses her button to dismiss him in what should have been an epic mic drop moment, but, you know, there's no electricity.
There has been stubbornness on both sides. And one does wonder if we have failed to understand the scale of the miners' anger. Indeed, if we have failed to understand them as people.
So she turns to her backup bell, bringing a comical twist to the otherwise serious tone. Rest assured, when that button does work, though, no one presses it but the Queen, not even her sister. If you've got a sibling, you'll totally relate to the hilarity of that moment.
But we can check.
What are you doing? That's my button.
Number 2. The Queen hears about Princess Margaret's White House visit. The Queen grows envious when she hears glowing reviews of Margaret's vacation in the US.
Delighted in Her Royal Highness's intelligence and articulacy, her beauty and charm, with one newspaper, the San Francisco Chronicle, even going so far as to
Yes,
say...
all right. Thank you, Martin.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm a queen, not a saint.
She seemingly gets more resentful when she asks her sister to attend a dinner at the White House for diplomatic reasons, and she's a hit. While Margaret's antics are amusing, the real comedy gold comes from the exchange between the Queen and Prime Minister Harold Wilson.
An enormously large...
Johnson?
Where's the rest of it?
I believe everyone thought that was long enough. As it were.
While we wouldn't want to be in the Prime Minister's shoes, his evident discomfort while recounting Margaret's less than diplomatic behavior and off-color limericks is a riot. It's even funnier when the Queen urges him to keep going.
They found her
You've made it this far.
Her brief bravo at the end punctuates the hilarity perfectly.
Bravo.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Who's Billy Joel? Thanks, ma'am. For the longest time, we thought it was pronounced Billy Joel.
Now, much more importantly, who is Billy Joel?
Billy Joel.
Oh, Joel.
Yes. Uptown Girl.
What are you talking about?
Whatever Lascelles drinks, everyone's got their own taste. We guess the prince savors the taste of a sardonic wit.
Go and see him in an unofficial capacity for sherry or tea or human blood, whatever that monster drinks.
Vidal Baboon. We hear he's got a peeling style. Makes all his clients go bananas.
Does he have a name? A stylist?
I want to say Victor Cabom. No, that's not quite right. Vidal Baboon?
Vidal Baboon?
Yes, I think.
Andrew gets a royal roasting. Well, someone had to say it.
You can hardly blame the newspapers wanting to write about something other than the wedding of a fringe member of the family who'll never be king. Ouch. Well, it's true, isn't it?
A tug of war of determination. It's a real constitutional poll. Both want to reign supreme.
They must be out of their mind. No. Definitely not.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Princess Anne, Queen of Sass. Erin Doherty's Princess Anne stole the show in seasons 3 and 4, thanks to her razor-sharp wit. A standout moment unfolds in season 3 when she's called upon by the older family members to spill the tea on Charles and Camilla's romance.
We need to talk to you about your brother.
Which one? I have 3.
Her grandmother urges her to stay calm and composed, sparking a sassy comeback from the princess.
While answering those questions, that you remain clear-headed, unemotional, rational and calm.
As opposed to what? The hysterical and neurotic way I normally behave.
Anne dishes out a never-ending stream of brassy remarks, and each one is pure gold. Practically every time she opens her mouth, we're laughing out loud. In the next season, she hilariously recounts the Diana-Charles-Camilla love triangle with unfiltered honesty.
Once upon a time, there was a beautiful young girl who fell madly in love with a handsome prince. Unfortunately, the prince was already in love with someone else, who was herself in love with someone else, and they all lived unhappily ever after.
Here's to the eternal reign of the Queen of Sass.
Is that it? Inquisition over. Can I go now?
Thank you, darling.
I hope that wasn't too emotional for you all.
We'd be much obliged if one shared the moment that made one laugh the most in the comments.
Who's our favourite?
My favourite or your favourite?
Is it different?
I'd say so, yes.
All right, you first. Who's yours?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.